Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss exception handling in Java. User have the high expectation for the code what we produce. User will use our program in unexpected way. Due to design error or coding error, our program may fail in unexpected way during the execution. So it is our responsibility to produce quality code and does not fail unexpectedly. Consequently, we must design error handling into our program. It means if there is any type of exceptions, when user provide some type of input and if exception arise, then we must have to handle it in our program. So there are two types in it, error and error handling. What is an error? Actually, an error is an any unexpected result obtained from a program during execution. When we execute our program, an unexpected result occurred or obtained is called as an error. Unhandled error may manifest themselves as incorrect result or behave or as abnormal program termination. It means what? If our program behave abnormally, if our program termination is not up to the expectation, then we can say there is some types of exceptions or some types of errors. There are the difference between the exceptions and the error. Right now I am only talking about the errors. Errors should be handled by the programmer to prevent them from reaching the users. Only programmer can handle the error before reaching the code to the user. Now, there are some typical causes of error and the error handling, like memory error. It means if memory incorrectly allocated or memory leaks, then memory error occurs. Second one is the file system error. If our disk is full and there is no more space or our disk has been removed, then this type of error occur. If network is down or URL does not exist, then network error occurred. And if we are trying to divide any number by 0, then also an error occurs that is known as the calculation error. So to solve all these error, we have some predefined exception classes. There are more typical causes of error such as the array list, conversion error. Okay. Now there is a question, can you think of some other? There are so many types of error and so many different methods are available for handle the errors. Traditional error handling is also a type to handle the errors where every method return a value indicating either success, failure or some error condition. The calling method check the return flag and take appropriate action. Second is the downside. Programmer must remember to always check the return value and take appropriate action. And this require much coding and so many hard coding and so many methods include. And sometimes it may get overlooked. So in if we are talking about the traditional methods of error handling, then we must use a flag that returns some value to take appropriate action. In traditional error handling, we can also include such methods for almost all library functions. If you are talking about the C, then there is a method fopen that return a valid file or else return. If open is a function, it return a valid file or otherwise it return null. If you are talking about more in traditional error handling, then the second way to create a global error handling routine and use some form of jump instructions to call this routine when an error occurs. If we're talking about the downside, it means the jump instructions or the goto are considered bad programming practice. Basically, if you are using the goto in your C programming, then it is a bad programming practice and try to avoid it and it discourages so much coding. Once you jump to the error routine, you cannot return to the point of origin. So probably you must have to exit the program. So this is the one of the most drawback of our go-to statement. Where so many older programming such as the C, Fortran exist, they recommended this method to programmers. Those who use this method will frequently adapt it to new language such as the C++, Java, and in the next incoming or the most popular programming language at present is your Python programming language. Now comes to the exception. What is exceptions? It is a better error handling. Exceptions are the mechanism that provide the best of both worlds. Both worlds means what? It means exceptions act similar to method that return flag in that any method may raise an exception should it encountered an error. In other words, exceptions act like global error method. In such that exception mechanism is built into Java and exceptions are handled at many levels in a program, either locally or globally. Now, what are they? It means what is exceptions? So exception is what? It is a representation of an error condition. Exception represent your error condition or a situation that is not as per the expected result of a method. Exceptions are built into the Java language and are available to all program code. Basically, exceptions is what? Exceptions in, if we are talking about the Java programming language, then exceptions is a predefined class in our Java library. Exception isolate the code that deals with the error condition from regular program logic. How use exceptions? If we are talking about the exceptions in Java, then there are two categories of it, checked exception and the unchecked exceptions. So if you are talking about the checked exceptions, they are inherited from the core Java class, that is itself exceptions. They represent exceptions that are frequently considered non-fatal to program executions. Checked exceptions must be handled in your code or passed to the parent class for handling. It means if you are using the exceptions, you must have to handle it using the certain coding. Now, unchecked exception represent error condition that are considered fatal to the program execution. You do not have to do anything with an unchecked exceptions. Your program will terminate with an inappropriate error message. If you are using unchecked exceptions, it means your program will terminate with an unexpected error message. If you are talking about the examples, those checked exception include error such as array index out of bounds, what I explained in the last lecture, file not found if file is not available, and the next one is a number format conversation. It means what you asked in the last lecture. There was a question that if we are providing some numerical value into the as a string and we want to convert it into in different form using the some wrapper classes, then there must be a error cows or exception cows, and thus these exceptions must be handled by number format exceptions. So all these are the types of the checked exception, whereas in the unchecked exception include the errors such as the null pointers. Now there is one of the most important question, how you handle exceptions. It is very much important to handle the exception. If you are talking about the exceptions, you can handle it using try catch mechanism or by throws clause. When you declare your method, you must use the throws exceptions there. For any code that throw a checked exception, you can decide to handle the exception yourself or pass the exception to the parent class. To handle the exception, you write the try catch block. To pass the exception up the chain, it means the parent class, you declare a throws clause in your method or class declaration. If the method contain code that may cause a checked exception, you must handle the exception or pass the exception to the parent class. Every class has object as the ultimate parent. If you are talking about the try-catch mechanism, whenever your code may trigger an exception, the normal code logic is placed inside the block of code starting with the try keyword. It means the logical code, if you have the logical code in your program, then all logical code must be placed in try block. After try block, the code to handle the exception should it arise is placed in a block of the code starting with the catch keyword. It means suppose our logical code produce any exceptions, then this exception must be uh, handled using the predefined or the user defined whatever using the class in the catch block. So catch block is basically used to display the message if our code if our code produce an unexpected behavior or abnormal behavior. In the try catch mechanism, there is also another option or another block, that is the finally. This finally block is an optional. You can put it in your program or you can write your program without using finally block. This block contains the code that always execute either after the try block code or after the catch block code. It means the statement which is provided inside the finally block, it must be executed at anyhow. Finally block can be used for operation that must happen no matter what. Okay, we can use it for the cleanup operation such as the closing a file. Finally block always execute. There is some sample example of the exception handling in Java. Inside the try block, there are the two blocks such as the try and the second one is the catch. Inside the try block, we can write our logical code such as the normal program code, and if any message or any abnormal behavior occurred on the basis of these code, we can put that inside the catch block. This is the exception. This is the predefined class in our Java library, and this is an object of our exception. So there is no need to write only E. You can write anything here instead of E. So it acts as an object. Now there is another concept, that is passing the exception. If any method that might throw an exception, you may declare a method as throws that exception and thus avoid handling the exception yourself. For example, there is a method that is there is a class public void my method and throws IO exception. It means this type of exception only based on the input output operations. So normal code with the some input output operations. Now there is next subtopic, that is how many types of exceptions. So all checked exceptions have a class exception as the parent class. It means that this exception is our parent class and we are looking for the exception handling. We must have to inherit it in our child class or the defined class. Defined class must be our child class. You can use the actual exception class or the parent class where referring to an exception. Where do you find the exception class? Basically, there I am providing a reference book where you can find a exception class. There is another example where you can provide a predefined you can provide your class such as the class void method and it throws exception. In the next point we can write throws IO exception. So difference between the exception and IO exception is only that IO exception is based on only input output operations. Now demonstration of the null check exceptions and the demonstration of the checked exception. We can demonstrate checked exception by passing any argument such as the value divided by 0 exception or handling a divide by 0 exceptions. I am providing us some example here so that you can try to uh, execute it at yourself. If there is any issue, you can ask me later. In this example, we are trying to open a file, and if the file does not exist, we can do further processing in the catch block. The try and catch block are used to identify possible exception condition. We try to execute any statement that might throw an exception, and the catch block is used for any exception caused. And if the try block does not throw an exception, then the catch block is not executed. This is mandatory. And the final block will always execute irrespective of whether the exception is thrown or not.